There were three divisions separated by grade level: elementary, middle, and high school. Each student competitor will participate in a relevant category for their age group. An overview of each competition category is being shown on the screen now. Scratch programming projects will be made using the Scratch computer programming platform. The topic for this division is STEM innovation. Competitors are asked to research scientific discoveries, inventions, and innovations achieved by people in science, technology, engineering, or math (STEM) fields. Create an original, informative, and compelling game or web story reflecting on the innovation and its impact on society. A maximum of 10 project submissions from each category per elementary school will be accepted. Each entry will be reviewed by a panel of at least 2 judges and scored for its engagement, artwork, use of digital media, use of computer science concepts, originality, and completeness. The decisions of the judging panel are final, and no correspondence will be entered into. A scorecard sample will be available online as a digital form and made available to each judge for use as they review the projects. Web programming projects will be made using HTML, CSS, and/or JavaScript in CodeCraftWorks' web editor. The topic for this division is STEM innovation. Competitors are asked to research scientific discoveries, inventions, and innovations achieved by people in science, technology, engineering, or math (STEM) fields. Create an original, informative, and compelling game or web story reflecting on the innovation and its impact on society. Each entry will be reviewed by a panel of at least 2 judges and scored for its content, engagement, design, use of computer science concepts, originality, and completeness. The decisions of the judging panel are final, and no correspondence will be entered into. A scorecard sample will be online as a digital form and made available to each judge for use as they review the projects. Python tic-tac-toe projects can be written using the Python programming language in CodeCraftWorks' tic-tac-toe editor. Players' programs will be randomly matched against each other in a bracketed tournament. There will be multiple games of tic-tac-toe per matchup. The victor of a matchup will be whoever wins the most games. Winners will advance through the bracket until there is a single player left standing. Player matches will be run through our interface. Details about the interface can be found in CodeCraft's tic-tac-toe program. If a player submits an invalid move, their turn will be skipped. If a player program fails to submit a move after their turn is over, crashes, gets stuck in an infinite loop, or fails to compile, they will be disqualified. Participants must enter their chosen competition category by joining the corresponding program via provided program codes, shown later in this video. Teachers, coaches, or club mentors are strongly encouraged to also join any programs in which their students are competing in order to gain access to the reference material and development tools. To be considered, competition entries must be submitted via the category's corresponding program page by 4 p.m. on January 20th, 2022. All students must submit projects using their own CodeCraft platform accounts. It is recommended that teacher sponsors assist elementary competitors with the submission process. However, teachers should not be logged into the CodeCraft platform for project submission. Each student's account should be used to submit their own project. The competition organizers reserve the right to disqualify any entry based on inappropriate or copyrighted content and any entries which do not adhere to the competition rules and guidelines. When an entry is submitted, permission is granted to the organizers of the competition to make unrestricted use of the entry in the future for publicity or educational purposes. Projects can be created by a single student or a team of 2 students working together. Entries must be original works created by the team or individual submitting the entry. If an entry incorporates music, sound, text, or images, you must own the rights to that material or provide Creative Commons attribution in the project notes or credits section in Scratch, or the README section in CodeCraftWorks web or game project. No violence or simulation of violence. Use your programming powers for good or positive change. All projects must have clear, precise, and appropriate title, instructions, and notes or credits. Competition rules and guidelines, including all the previous information, can be found in each category's associated program on CodeCraftWorks' website. The students and coaches will visit CodeCraftWorks.com and click the gold-colored Get Started button in the upper right corner of the site. This will take you to the login page. Some public school student and workplace email accounts are backed by Microsoft or Google and can be used with the Microsoft or Google sign-in option on the CodeCraftWorks site. Personal Microsoft or Google accounts will work as well. Please keep in mind that whichever email address and method you use to create your account is the same address and method you will use every time you sign in. To create an account or log into the site, students are encouraged to take advantage of single sign-on through their school email address, so that they do not have to remember new passwords or access email accounts from school. Alternatively, they may log in by entering their email address for a sign-in prompt to be sent to the address of their choice. Signing into a platform for the first time will create the user's CodeCraft account. Upon logging in, students will be forwarded to their dashboard, which will display personal web projects, game projects, and programs they are enrolled in. These areas will be empty until you complete the next step. Go to the Redeem Program Code page at app.codecraftworks.com/programs/redeem. Enter the appropriate program code for your category of choice into the Program Code field and click Redeem. A table of each code per division is being shown now. Feel free to pause the video if need be to get the necessary code. Please be patient if it takes a minute for the system to set you up the first time. The student will be redirected to the program page. To navigate back to the program after completing the first time setup, students will only need to log in using their email accounts and click the program title under the My Programs tab of their dashboard.